do we want that? Like, I remember last time I interviewed Don Mattingly, in my mind somewhere, and maybe I'm a little off on this, but I think he lost an MVP to Clemens, right? Like mid-'80s, 86 maybe, like one of his monster years. He won the MVP one year, and yeah, Ricky Anderson probably should have won it, but Donnie drove him in 150 times, so he won an MVP. I grew up a Yankee fan, and I was thinking, Clemens, Clemens shouldn't have gotten that MVP. And you look back at Clemens this year, and it was monstrous, of course, but I don't know. Maybe they do separate things, and I don't know. I guess if you can have goaltenders and left wingers competing for the Hart Trophy, you can do this. But I don't know. I'm fine with like that. We don't have this figured out because they do different things. Even if you can add up how many batters they faced and the win probability added, still are doing different things. That doesn't mean I wouldn't say, they're not eligible. Of course they are. That's the way we're doing it. I don't know if that's the way we want to do it.
I'll tell you why that is the way that we want to do it. Because if everybody thought the same, it would be boring as shit. And and the fact that we don't, and the fact that we can have these discussions, and the fact that you and I, who I think are pretty similarly minded with our approaches to baseball, can have this conversation and still manage to disagree on things. Like, baseball is the greatest barroom argument sport that ever was created. And the notion that sabermetrics somehow are taking away from that, as opposed to supplementing it and making the discussions even better and even smarter, I think is one of the worst points that the anti-sabermetric crowd makes. It's not making arguments worse. It's making arguments smarter, and smarter arguments behoove all of us.